It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Utah Jazz. All right, here we go. Screen coming. Westbrook lets it fly from long range. It's rebounded by Gobert. Joe Ingles. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Russell Westbrook with the rock. Shot by Westbrook won't go. Here's Rubio up top, looking to make something happen. To Gobert. Finish that.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
To Adams. Won't go. He has to find better opportunities.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Rubio into the front court. 2-point advantage. Oh, it's blocked by Adams.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Joe Ingles. Thunder have it. Inside, he scores.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
Utah with the possession. Rubio. Down low for Gobert. Rejected.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Gobert. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Westbrook with it. He'll run the offense. Westbrook to George. Adams. Here's a chance from long range, and Paul George nails it from downtown. At his size on the wing, that's a tough matchup on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let me tell you about why he's so great defensively. He gets up into you and forces you one way. Does not give you an option to dance with the basketball. That wingspan, that frame, that size, that strength, and that lateral quickness. Oh, there's no getting by Mr. George.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To Favors. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Thunder with the basketball. Westbrook to Paul George. Probing the defense. Paul George, 4-2. George with a shot, no good.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Rubio to Gobert. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And Jay, they called the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Substitution being made in this one. Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Grayson Allen to Joe Ingles. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
D. Favors may never become the star that some of us expected him to be for a guy taking 3rd overall in the 2010 NBA draft. But what he has done is build himself a very solid NBA career by being a strong, low-post presence.
And it's turned away by Gobert.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. George. Oh, they call him for the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Substitutions, Utah.
Paul George. Patterson a shot. No. Utah's got it. Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. That is great vision to set it up. Runner's good there.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
Exum into the front court. 5-point game. Beyond the arc for 3. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 99, Jay Crowder. Into the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 23,
To Allen.
Ferguson.
Short jumper stays out. To Schroeder. Rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Grayson Allen. It's George for 2. Shot by George misses. Grayson Allen. It's rejected by Noel.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Oklahoma City ball. George. Ferguson. And count the basket.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Here's Exum. Down 8. Down low, Crowder. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Paul George. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Jazz have the ball. To Allen. Oh, he had him there for a second. Grayson Allen. Cephalosha's shot, no good. Ferguson to George. From the painted area, won't go down.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
And look out.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish to this first quarter. That ends the first quarter. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook to Paul George. And it's turned away by Gobert.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Runner's good there.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws. It's Russ at the controls. To George. The drive, right to the basket, and counted at the rim. We've seen Paul George's game evolve in recent years. Mixed results, Jay. How does he get back to being that elite two-way guy?
I think he needs to find a way to be aggressive. Let me bring you in and tell you what he dealt with this past year. When you're a guy who's used to having the ball in your hands, you can make more mistakes because you have more possessions. Then all of a sudden, when you play with a ball-dominant guard like Russell Westbrook, you don't have the ball as much, which means you try to make more out of less opportunity that you have. You force the action way more. Look for Paul George to be way more assertive in this game and find his rhythm by having the ball in his hands.
Subbing in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
Ferguson. George to the basket, but it won't go. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz. OKC ball. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
That boy got jumper. Defense. Defense, let's go.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul. Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease. Mitchell with the basketball. Down a bundle. For 3. Not going down here. Thunder with the basketball. Ferguson.
probing the defense. Patterson a shot. No. Mitchell with it up top. His guys down big. Tough make through traffic.
There was so much debate going on about who was the best gem in the 2017 NBA draft. Was that Jason Tatum? But a lot of people think it's Donovan Mitchell. I have to agree. What a great find by Dennis Lindsey, the GM for the Jazz. At 13 overall, he wound up leading all rookies in scoring, averaging 20.5 points per game.
Knocked loose. Thunder have it. They've got it now. Ferguson slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Missed a wide open look. George.
Take the shot, take the shot.
To Schroeder. To Paul George. Driving right to the basket. Got a piece of it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Free throw good, and the lead back down to 15. Oklahoma City ball.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? Mitchell with the basketball. Down by 15. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Inside, he scores.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Three-quarters down, and a nice cushion for the Thunder. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Oklahoma City's got it.
I got him. Here we go. Uh-oh, you know you can't guard me out here.
Schroeder to George. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Joe Ingles. Oh, he had him there for a second. Lets it fly from long range. Noel with the rebound. Schroeder with the basketball. The lead is 15. From the painted area, won't go down. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Mitchell to the basket, but he can't get it to go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
To Schroeder. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Ingles shot off the mark. Paul George. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Almost, and he's not getting the call.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
George, add 2 points to the board. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Jumper's good. The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Got a piece of him.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Schroeder. And that's rejected by Gobert, the stifle tower.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Here's a chance from long range.
Here we go.
Joe Ingles, knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. It'll stay with Utah. Time for some new personnel into the game. Grayson Allen. And this will get out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook, so possession stays with the Jazz. Grayson Allen. Shot from in close, no good.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
It's Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Curling inside. The screen sets him up for two.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
I got ball. Coming up.
George. Tough move in close quarters with the crossover to Adams. Knocked loose. George has to force that one, but it's no good. Mitchell with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Beyond the arc for three. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time to shuffle things up.
Subbing in for the Utah Jazz, number 11, Dante Exum.
To Paul George. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And so, ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative. Because right now, the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. It's PG for two. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Joe Ingles. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. The Thunder have the possession. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Adams to George. Westbrook to Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Huh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Donovan Mitchell with the rock.
Screen.
Rubio goes to the left side. Here comes the screen. To Rubio. Fires the three. Well defended, but Ricky Rubio takes his man for a ride and knocks it down.
The post-shot confidence is everything. He's still running down the court, holding his extension.
To George.
Hey, you got the screen right.
To Adams. Knock loose. Jazz pick it up. To Paul George.
You got him.
Knock loose. Jazz have it. Lays it up and in.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
It's Jazz ball. Rubio to Favors. And the two. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Westbrook across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Here comes the screen. George and scores on the step back.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Here's Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. Rubio to Joe Ingles. Has a chance. Ingles with a shot, no good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
To Westbrook.
I'm in. Oh, yeah.
Schroeder.
Trap.
And the rebound taken down by the Jazz.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
To Adams. Knocked loose. Jazz pick it up.
take that.
Here comes the screen. Stuffs it down with authority. Man, that was sweet.
It's all about that first step, and it's all about angles. Look at the way he got his shoulders through the angle of the defender. That first step was great, but those shoulders getting through, that was a difference.
Good victory here for the Thunder. They continue their unbeaten run, red hot to start the season. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.